Prasad.
I am Dharanidharan.
I am Aditya.
And I am Vihan.
I am Sridarshan.
Today we are taking you to a virtual tour to space.
So sit back and enjoy.
The Oort cloud is the most distant region in our solar system, and it's jaw-droppingly far away, extending perhaps 1/4 to halfway from our sun to the next star.
Pluto is a dwarf planet in the Kuiper belt, a ring of bodies beyond the orbit of Neptune.
Neptune is dark, cold, and very windy. It is made of a thick soup of water, ammonia, and methane over an Earth-sized solid center. Its atmosphere is made of hydrogen, helium, and methane.
Uranus is the seventh planet discovered in the solar system that also led to the discovery of the last planet, Neptune. They are both referred to as ice giants.
Saturn is the sixth planet from the Sun and the second largest in the solar system after Jupiter. It is a gas giant with an average radius of about 9.5 times that of Earth.
Jupiter is the fifth planet from the Sun and the largest in the solar system. It is a gas giant with mass more than 2.5 times that of all the planets in the solar system combined, but slightly less than 1,000 than mass of the Sun.
Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun and the second smallest planet in the solar system, being the larger than only Mercury, named after a Roman god of war, and is often referred to as the Red Planet.
Earth is the third planet from the Sun and the only astronomical object to harbor and support life. About 29.2% of Earth is land consisting of continents and islands. The remaining 70.8% is covered with water.
Venus is the second planet from the Sun. It is named after the Roman goddess of love and beauty. It's the brightest natural object in Earth's night sky after the Moon.
Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system and the closest to the Sun. Its orbit around the Sun takes 87.97 Earth days, the shortest of all the Sun's planets.
Hi, I'm Sriranjani. My friends are Satvika, Mithali and Shivani. We are from class 7A and I'm going to share our adventure in space. Let's begin.
I'm bored. We explore the world and we don't have anywhere different to go on adventure.
How about space? We all agreed and went to ISRO and practiced to go into space, and when we were ready, we got on a light-speed rocket and traveled to space. Here's a fun fact. Full form of ISRO is Indian Space Research Organization. Meeting Pluto and learning about dwarf planets. Finally, we arrived Pluto, the dwarf planet. Our friend Mithali had a lot of questions for him.
I'm Mithali and these are my friends. Hi, nice to meet you all. You all look new in this area. Do you want to play with me? We would love to play, but we want to know about dwarf planets. Can you help us? Sure. Listen to the story. Until 2005, all school science textbook told that there are 9 planets. Of course, the 9th one was me, and I was the smallest of all. I was discovered in 1930 by an American astronomer called Clyde Tombaugh. I was named by an 11-year-old girl named Venita Burney. Later, in 2006, scientists considered me as a dwarf planet. A planet needs to fulfill 3 criteria, which are: it should be spherical, it should revolve around the sun, it should have no celestial bodies in its orbit. I did not fulfill the third wish, that's why I was removed. Oh, I'm sorry that you were removed from the list. It's fine, but later I came into the dwarf planets list. Yes, but I am not the only dwarf planet. I have a few friends. Eris, Haumya, Sirius and Make. They were all discovered like me. Later, we all got another friend, 2015 RR 245. He was discovered in 2015. We still haven't got a name for him. Hello everybody, I am Eris. And I am Make. Hello everyone, I am Haumya. And I am Sirius. And don't forget me. I'm 2015 RR 245. I was found recently in 2015. I am also a dwarf planet. Please remember. Thank you so much for giving us a lot of information, Mr. Pluto. Bye. You're welcome. Please come again soon. Bye. We sure will.
Good morning, teachers and friends. I'm Shivani of class 7A. Today we're going to explore about stars. Come with me. A star is an astronomical object consisting of a luminous spheroid of plasma held together by its own gravity. The nearest star to the Earth is the Sun. Many other stars are visible to naked eye at the night, but due to the immense distance from the Earth, they appear as fixed points of the light in the sky. A star's life begins with the gravitational collapse of a gaseous nebula of material composed primarily of hydrogen along with the helium and trace amounts of heavier elements. At the end of the star's lifetime, its core becomes a stellar remnant, a white dwarf, a nectar star, or if it is a sufficiently massive black hole. Stars form orbital systems with other astronomical objects, as in the case of planetary system and star system with two or more stars. When two such stars have a relatively close orbit, their gravitational interaction can have a significant impact on the evolution. Stars can form a part of a much larger gravitational bound structure, such as a star cluster or a galaxy. Every star you see in the night sky is bigger and brighter than our sun. Thank you and have a nice day.
Guys, I want to explore about novas and supernovas.
What was that you just said?
Novas and supernovas. It is a new term for me too, so we will all learn together. Now we are going to meet V1369 Centauri. We arrived to the constellation Centaurus and visited the brightest nova V1369 Centauri. Sri Ranjani had a lot of doubts to clear off. Hi V1369 Centauri, I'm Sri Ranjani and these are my friends. We are explorers and want to learn about novas. Can you help me? Hi Sri Ranjani, nice to meet you all of you girls. It is sure a pleasure to help you. Thanks. A nova is a transient astronomical event in which a star shows sudden brightness, expands and bursts or return to their original form. I was discovered by John Siege on 2nd December 2013 with a magnitude of 5.5. On December 14th, my magnitude was 3.3, which gave me the title as the brightest nova. There are two main types of novas, type 1 and type 2. A type 1 supernova doesn't have hydrogen in its spectrum. A type 2 supernova occurs when a massive star runs out of nuclear fuel and collapses under its own gravity until it explodes. A type 2 supernova has hydrogen in its spectrum. In binary systems, the white dwarf star absorbs matter from its companion star. When the star becomes full and is unable to keep the matter and suck more, it bursts to form a supernova. Hi, I am SN 1572, found in the constellation Cassiopeia, and I am Nova Cygni 1975 in the constellation of Cygnus. Hi, I am B445 Puppets. Hey, I'm here too, don't forget me. I'm RS Ophiuchi in the constellation Ophiuchus. Thanks a lot, Miss V1369. Sure, no problem. We would love to stay, but we have some exploration left. Bye. See you all soon.
Hello everyone, my name is Satvika of class 7A. My presentation for this project day is about black holes. What are black holes? A black hole is the most interesting out of all celestial objects. It is formed by gravitational collapse of a massive dead star. The picture you're seeing right now is the life cycle of a sun from its birth to its death. Our sun is a tiny star. It is shining by burning hydrogen to form helium. It is there for the past 5 billion years. It will live for the next 5 billion years. When the fuel is over, it will become a white dwarf. Indian scientist Chandrasekhar was awarded Nobel Prize for this finding. Other stars of size few times that of Sun become neutron stars, red giants, etc. when they die. A large number of stars are hundreds to million times mass of the Sun. When they are exhausted and out of fuel, their dead mass is so big that they are gravitationally crushed or collapsed to zero size. Black hole is a region of intense gravity. The boundary of the black hole is a disk called event horizon. When an astronomer approaches the event horizon, his legs are pulled with more force than the head. Something like figure takes place. It's called spaghettification. The video you're seeing right now is the process of spaghettification. The picture you're seeing right now is the first photograph of a black hole done in 2017 by Event Horizon Telescope team. At the center of a Milky Way galaxy, there is a monster black hole. 3 scientists, Roger Penrose, Andrea Ghez, Reinhard Genzel, were awarded Nobel Prize in 2020.
Hi all, I'm Mritika from grade 7A. Our team's topic for this project day is astronomical spectroscopy. This generally means that studying internal structures of a matter. Our team members are Manshi, Mukta, Srijanika, Nandita, Hasini and myself. First we have Srijanika to show us her album and drawing on the topic Milky Way. Thank you Srijanika, that was wonderful. Now we have Mukta to show us her chart work on the topic stars. Thank you Mukta, that was a beautiful chart work. Now we have Nandita to show us her puppet show on the topic asteroids and meteoroids.
Good morning to all. I am Nandita from grade 7A. Today I am going to say some information about asteroid belt and also meteors. What are asteroids? Asteroids are the small rocks or the planets that orbit the sun. Why do asteroids fall on the earth? Asteroids are the leftover from the formation of our solar system about 4.6 billion years ago. Asteroids are most common. They probably consist of clay and silicate rocks and they are in dark in appearance. The examples of asteroids that fall on the earth: Ceres, Earth-crossing asteroid, Geograph, Pallas and etc. Taurus. And this is the image of the asteroid belt. So, meteors. The largest meteor that fell on the earth is Chelyabinsk. On 15 February 2013, an meteor entered Earth's atmosphere over Russia as a fireball above the city of Chelyabinsk during its passage through the Ural Mountains region at 9:13 am. 1,500 people were injured. And this is the picture of the Thank you.
Thank you Nandita, that was excellent. Now we have Manshi to show us her poster on the topic planets. Thank you Manshi, that was very interesting. Now we have collage work done by Hasini. Thank you Hasini, that was marvelous. Now we have Nandita to show us her chart work on the topic constellations. Thank you, Nandita. Last but not the least, I am going to show you a PPT on the topic eclipse. Hello all, I am Mritika from grade 7A. I have done PPT on the topic eclipse. An eclipse is an astronomical event that occurs when an astronomical object which temporarily obscures by passing into another body or by having another body pass between it. This alignment of three celestial objects is known as syzygy. There are two types of eclipse, solar and lunar eclipse. First, let's take a look on the topic solar eclipse. A solar eclipse occurs when a portion of the earth is engulfed in the shadow casted by the moon, which fully or partially blocks the sunlight. This occurs when the sun, moon and the earth are aligned. These are some days where solar eclipse took place. This is an image of a solar eclipse took place in 2021. Now let's take a look on lunar eclipse. This can occur only when the sun, earth and the moon are exactly or very closely aligned. The earth should be in the between and sun and moon should be in the either side. This can occur only at the night of the full moon. These are some days where the lunar eclipse took place. This is an image of a lunar eclipse. Thank you. I hope you liked my video. I hope that you all enjoyed our team's project. Thank you.
A warm welcome to everyone. This is Nandin of class 7B. We are here to present about space literature. My group members are myself, Darshit Ranjeev and Ravi Shankar. We present in a capsule form the basic Indian ideas on space, time and observation from the age of epics and the early Puranas. The ideas of these periods seem to belong to the last century BCE and they are described in the Mahabharata, Purana and early Siddhanta. Astronomical references in the Vedic text take us back to the 4th or 5th millennium BCE or even earlier. The heliocentric theory. Aryabhatta, the most famous scholar in Gupta time, showed that the earth is sphere and revolves around its axis each day. He believed that it revolves around the sun, not vice versa. He identified eclipses as the shadow of the moon falling on earth. He also predicted distance between the moon and the earth. Gupta scholars calculated the length of the solar year with a precision not matched by any other ancient civilization, including the Greeks. Vimana, the flying rathas. Vimana or flying machines are described in various ancient texts in India and across the world. We have descriptions of Vimanas in Vedas, the great Indian epics like Ramayana and Mahabharata, Silapadigaram and so on. Carving of ancient Vimanas are found in heritage places in India such as Hampi, Mahabalipuram, Ellora caves and many such places. Gold models of aircraft which are 800 and 1000 year old are found in Gold Museum of Bogota, Colombia. This shows that flying machines and aircrafts are not inventions of 1800s and 1900s, but there might have been some technology for building aircraft and flying machines during ancient era. We should definitely appreciate the creativity and thinking abilities of our ancient scholars who could think of such a wonderful aerial carriers, aircraft and spacecraft. Our scientists and researchers across the world are still thriving hard to bring them to reality. Hindu units of time are described in Hindu texts ranging from microsecond to trillions of years, including the cycles of cosmic time that that repeats general events in Hindu cosmology. Time is described as eternal. Various fragments of time are described in the Vedas, Bhagavata, Purana, Vishnu Purana, Mahabharata, Surya Siddhanta, etc. Now we have the project made by Dashrath Ranjit, the solar system and the flying Hanuman with mountain. Now we have the project made by Dilip Shankar, Hanuman catching sun, universe in Krishna's mouth, his star in the east from Bible, Pushpaka Vimana from Ramayana, Arjun and Matari from Mahabharata. Thank you.
Good morning to all. I am Megha from 7B. The name of our project is Space
Albert
Timeline. He was the rhesus monkey, the first primate on June 11, 1948. He flew to an altitude of Laika the dog, 83 miles. Young Siberian husky from Soviet Union. He was the first dog in space and the first animal to orbit the Earth. Laika died, but it was pathetic. A small monument was built in Moscow for him, the space cat. It was the only cat successfully launched into space. She was launched on 18th October 1963 as a part of French space program. Electric impulses were applied to the brain and leg during the flight to stimulate responses. He was the first human in space from Soviet Union. In spacecraft named Vostok 1, one orbit of Earth on 12th April 1961. She was the first female cosmonaut in space. From Russia, she traveled in Vostok 6. She directed the Soviet Women's Comet in 1968. She awarded the Order of Lenin twice. She was an American astronaut and a proud Indian. Her first mission was on November 19, 1997 in Space Shuttle Columbia Flight STS-87. The second mission was on January 16, 2003 in Columbia Flight STS-107. Disintegrated over Texas during its re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere.
Hello everyone, my name is P. Sivan Krishna of class 7A. In this presentation, I am going to talk about few people who went to space. Space. When I read this or see this, I feel very happy. Everyone feels very happy. I am going to talk about Yuri Gagarin of Soviet Russia, Neil Armstrong of USA, Rakesh Sharma of India, Kalpana Chawla of USA, Sunita Williams of USA. Yuri Gagarin. He was a Soviet cosmonaut born to a carpenter. He went to space in the space shuttle named Vostok 1. He was the first man to step in space. He was awarded Order of Lenin, which is the highest Soviet award. Many streets were named after him. The monument was built and it is still present.
I am Sriranjini from class 7 and today I am going to be talking about Space Shuttle Columbia's disaster. The Space Shuttle Columbia disaster was a fatal incident in the US space program that occurred on February 1, 2003 when the Space Shuttle Columbia OV-102 disintegrated as it re-entered the atmosphere, killing all 7 crew members. The disaster was the second fatal incident in the Space Shuttle program after the 1986 breakup of Challenger soon after liftoff.
Sharing with you a few details about the challenges of the Shuttle Tank, 2 rocket boosters and the orbiter. On its 10th voyage, there was a special mission for the orbiter. A teacher was part of the 7-member crew. She was supposed to have been the first teacher in space and conducted a live teaching session from space. The spaceship disintegrated over the Atlantic Ocean a mere 73 seconds into its flight, killing all aboard. It was found that a flaw in the O-rings that did not withstand the low temperature in the morning of the launch was the reason for this accident. Even today, the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster is used to teach engineering safety and workplace ethics. Thank you.
My name is Aditya Balaji from class 7B. Today I am going to tell about space travel requirements. Training. Training for space mission is very important and includes pilot training to control, guide and operate the spacecraft. Zero gravity training underwater or on deep dive airplanes. Technical training to fix any problems or glitches that may arise as a part of mission. To handle any health or medical issues. To conduct experiments. Spacecraft. A spacecraft with human modules for work in space and return to Earth. Rocket to launch the spacecraft. Fuel cell to provide power from hydrogen and oxygen that also provides water for the astronauts. Airlocks to connect with other spacecraft or to perform spacewalks. Sleeping and working quarters for the astronauts. Storage space for food and other supplies. Oxygen supply. Uninterrupted supply of oxygen. Space has no gases like oxygen that humans need to live. The spacecraft produces the oxygen as a byproduct of power generation along with water. Oxygen is also needed in the backpack of spacesuits when performing spacewalks. Oxygen is essential since any interruption to it will be harmful for the astronauts. Space tools. Tools needed for maintaining or repairing the spacecraft and also need to be carried. Since there is no access to repair shops, the astronauts themselves have to do the repairs. They need to carry these tools and also know how properly to use them. All the tools also have to be stored properly and tethered while using in space. If left untethered, the tools can float away and cause damage to the spacecraft by hitting it. Most tools carried to space are power tools that can be charged. Recreation, gym, music and movies. For long trips in space like to the ISS, recreation is an essential aspect. Astronauts need to exercise while in space to compensate for bone and muscle loss. They also need to exercise to keep fit to handle any emergencies. For very long trips in space, they also need recreation and entertainment. They carry digital forms of their favorite music and movies to relax. Health and hygiene. Health and hygiene are key elements even in space. Astronauts do sweat in space, especially while exercising. Since water is scarce and taking shower is not an option, astronauts need to maintain their hygiene. They do not tend to get infections since there are no microbes in space. Astronauts need to carry medicines to treat other illnesses. They also need to know how to treat any injuries or use the medicines taken from Earth.
We have Siddharth to tell us about the clothes worn by the astronauts.
Hi everyone, I am Siddharth of class 7A to represent here the clothes worn by the astronauts. Do they need special clothes while living and working inside the space shuttle? Inside the space shuttle, the air pressure is kept at 1 atmosphere, which is the same level on Earth. The temperature and humidity are controlled so that the astronauts can live comfortably. Therefore, except for the orange flight suits that are worn during launch and re-entry. So the astronauts bring several sets of clothes like cotton shirts and pants to change every day. When the astronauts venture outside the space shuttle to work in, they wear spacesuits. These spacesuits are high-performance suits with various functions that are designed to protect the astronauts from environments that are too harsh for a human being to live under, such as space radiation and vacuum space. Next, we have Shai Shashwant and Prasanna Sharan to show us about the food stage of the astronauts. The food stage of the astronauts. What do they eat in the space? At the beginning of the 1960s, space food was bite-sized or placed in aluminum tubes. The food was prepared this way so that they wouldn't be too heavy or take up too much space. From 1970s, during the Apollo period, the number of space food items began to increase. Currently, there are about 150 different types of food. Space foods are in plastic containers. Some space foods can resume their consistency by adding cold such or as hot fruits, water. Bread and nuts can be eaten just as they are. When drinking liquids, a straw is used to suck the liquid out of the sealed package. This is done so that it will not spill or possibly cause any damage to machines.
Our topic is space game. Let me show my game. This is my space robot. What is the game is, the robot will stop at the point. There will be a quiz paper. I will read the paper, you should say the answer. Let me start. What is the question is? Fourth planet in space. Who am I? Option A Mars, option B Neptune. Tick tick 1, tick tick 2, tick tick 3, tick tick 4, tick tick 5. The answer is option A Mars. What is the question is? I am in space. I am a planet where humans live. Who am I? Option A Earth, option B Jupiter. Tick tick 1, tick tick 2, tick tick 3, tick tick 4, tick tick 5. The answer is option A Earth.
Space Station. What is an International Space Station? The International Space Station is a modular space station in low Earth orbit. It is a multinational collaboration project involving 5 participating space agencies. How old is International Space Station? International Space Station is 23 years old. When was International Space Station launched? International Space Station was launched in 20 November 1998. The countries that created International Space Station are USA, Russia, Japan, Europe, Canada. The uses of Space Station. The space station has made it possible for people to have an ongoing presence in space.
SM Shintana. I am from class 7A. Today, the topic given for us is Space and Universe. Our team members are Sharon, Sara, Kalantika, Samyukta, Sayon and myself. First we have chart work done by Kalantika. Next we have presentation with animation done by Shintana.
Do you all know how did space originate? Come, let's see. We have asteroids, comets, meteoroids, dwarf planet, solar system, Oort cloud object, the explorers as the astronauts, the Kuiper belt object and the shooting stars.
Next we have paintings done by Samyukta. Next we have album work done by Sara Gabriel. Next we have presentation done by Sharon.
Good morning. My name is Farida Fahmida of class 7B, here to say some words on the topic STS-107 Space Shuttle Disaster Columbia. The incident took place on February 1, 2003 over Texas and Louisiana. The cause was the wind damage from debris. The outcome was the loss of 7 crew. The death was the commander, pilot, 4 mission specialists and a payload specialist. The crewmates are Rick D. Husband, William C. McCool, David M. Brown, Kalpana Chawla, Michael Pre Anderson, Laurel B. Clark, Elan Brahman. Failure of STS-107. The source of failure was determined to have been caused by a piece of foam that broke off during the launch and damaged the thermal protection system on leading edge of the orbiter's left wing. Thank you and have a nice day.